All right, my friends, welcome to Drexeline Billiards for the Mez Tour. This is a match with Josh Brothers and Adam Keilar. We're going to have George Hammerbacher and Jimmy Fusco sit in here. This broadcast is being brought to you by CNG Gas and Inside Pool Magazine. We have a host of sponsors as well we'll get to here shortly. But those are the big boys. So here's George. We're going to get him on the mic. I'll sit, and I'm going to try to round up Jimmy. He should be right there, isn't he? Oh, he's on his way? Okay. I'll get him, and you can begin when you at your leisure, my fine fellow. Josh begins his. This should probably be a fast set, knowing how fast that Josh has been playing lately. And how are you, my fine sir?
Oh, I'm back at popular prices.
Yes, sir.
And like an old stale,
Donut?
certain brand of brew. You know, like
Yes.
what do you have? Old time flavor. Well, I got old time, but I don't have much flavor. So
we'll get that camera adjusted as well. Things are moving fast here at Drexeline Billiards this evening, this fine evening here in 2013. Beautiful evening outside, might I add, here in Pennsylvania. Josh just butchered that shot.
they're in action already.
And we will see Adam Keilar's first serving to the pool gods.
This is
Get that taken care of.
This is I'm George Hammerbacher, advanced level instructor, Baltimore, Maryland Professional Billiard Instructor Association, and long time player. This Adam Keilar has a very impressive stroke. Watched him play in an earlier match, and he was pretty effective. And this shot here looks like he has a rapid three-rail position, hit all middle diamonds and fall on the six ball. 1, 2, 3. It's got to hurry a little bit. Very nice. He got down deep and actually looks like he got pure. He went a little past this straight in with this six ball. We have we have our second commentator, who's let's just say a name we all know, a guy's forgotten more than most people will ever learn, Mr. Jimmy Fusco. Jimmy, welcome to the booth, and we have a couple of young guns up here.
How you doing, George?
Okay.
Yeah, I would say these are probably the two best players in this tri-state area here. Philadelphia, South Jersey, and Pennsylvania, South Jersey, and Delaware. Along with them is Eddie Abraham, but I don't think he's playing much anymore. He's got a couple of kids now.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think these two guys are the top two, especially they both play great all-around pool also.
Is Carlos Garcia playing a lot anymore, Jimmy?
Carlos Garcia.
From Jersey?
Oh, you mean Jose?
Jose Garcia, excuse me.
No, he's got the pool room, and the last time I spoke to him was maybe 6 months, a year ago, somewhere in there, and you know what he's doing? He's teaching dancing, or him and his wife, something to do with dancing.
Wow.
Yeah. And but what a great player he was, huh, George?
I got a chance to see an old tape of him from years ago, where he destroyed somebody that was also from the Northeast and just about played a perfect set. It was over. He did a player review on it. He's a pretty humble guy. He didn't even know what to say. It was just so awesome how he played.
Yeah, I know Jose since he's a kid. I used to be, when he was a kid, he idolized me, so I was his hero. And then later on, when he became a good player, I'd tell him, remember, I was your hero, now you're my hero, I would tell him.
Right.
But what a nice guy. Yeah, he's dancing, or I forget, teaching, him and his wife, something to do with dance. He still got the pool room in Vineland. Yeah.
Well, and then there's a push. The players are allowed one push after the opening break shot, and
Right.
of course, we always have to assume that there are going to be a couple people that don't know the first thing about this. So looks like just a lob and a lob job.
Right. That's all he had there.
Good speed
But
to the rail.
they're both really good and smart players, these two guys. Very good and smart. And they both, I don't know how much they've both been playing. I think Josh is a tree surgeon now for the next couple of months. I think he said he has 2 more months, then he's off for the rest of the winter. But he don't play a whole lot. He plays local now. But this guy, this kid, the young man, whatever, Josh, he could have went on tour and played with the best in the world 5 years ago and just never did it. He plays so good, it's unbelievable. And Adam, it's the last few years. I remember maybe 7, 8 years ago, he was up, I was in a pool room, and he come up to me, he said, I'll play you some one pocket, 20 a game. I said, I don't want to play you, right? He couldn't play at all at the time. But now he became a good player, and I don't think he plays a whole lot either. But these two guys are about the best two, the top two players in the whole area.
I've been teaching since 1976, and I've seen very, very few young players come up the last few years. Like these boys are both like approaching 30 years old, it seems, and
Right.
now all they want to do is this,
Yeah.
with these, and they don't want to spend the time or,
Right.
it's a shame not seeing as many young players, at least I haven't seen them come through looking for, guidance or instruction. And I know you did a lot of teaching as well in your days. You mentioned working with that one lad. Was that Mr. Milan or what? That
Oh,
last.
Lane, Bobby, yeah. Both of them guys I taught. Sammy a few times. We were good friends, but
Mhm.
Bobby, I've taught him. We've had a lot of sessions.
Mhm.
He won.
Earl won it. Wow.
He's
Just
the
now?
best representative for our sport man right now.
Wow.
He's the
He
seller,
just won the one in the Turning Stone. He's unbelievable.
isn't he?
Well,
Yep.
he's a Hall of Fame player.
Wow, he is unbelievable. He he's unbelievable. Earl. I can't believe it. That's great to hear. I heard when I did talk to Earl a couple of months ago. He was living in New York. Now, bing, I hear he's living in California.
Oh, he's in New York.
He's still in New York.
Steinway.
Yeah, he's still in Steinway. Well, somebody
he loves
gave me the wrong information. That he's not with Steinway no more. I said, I can't believe it. He loved it there. He told. Okay, great. He's at Steinway still. Well, whoever told me he's not in New York, he moved to California to give me the wrong info.
He came twice last Steinway Classic and at the Yankee Memorial.
He beat we won the
Beat
Yankee
Shane.
Memorial too.
No, but he beat Shane, the best player.
Who won it? Who won the Yankee Memorial?
My God, I can't remember. Oh, Mike Davis.
Okay.
Dennis Hatch, another
Okay.
amazing player.
Yeah.
Mike, a good guy, a steady sort. You could never ever teach his style to anybody. With that ride my seesaw. I hear it playing in the background.
What band is that?
The Moody Blues.
I shouldn't know that. I'm only 30.
You're talking about Mike Davis?
Mike Davis.
Yeah.
But
Seesaw, I think.
ride my seesaw. Yes, indeed. But he's won about 100 of these type events or so, give or take, and in his career.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That really is.
he grinds it out.
Yeah. I heard. Yeah. What were we saying? I forget what we were talking about right now. But
His kids.
yeah, there's not too many young players coming up. There's not
No.
for sure.
Listening to, just to let you know.
I'm sorry.
JR is listening.
Okay.
Hmm I'm trying to find my. Oh,
Here's the Josh breaking his ball. What a break he's got. And just recently, his bank game is just off the charts. And I've never knew him to bank a lot or be very good at it in the last year or so, or the last couple of years anyway. his bank game improved. I mean, unbelievable. I saw him play in Jersey like 6 months ago. I never seen anything like it. I mean, his banking is just outstanding.
Well, we were talking about on the side. We were talking about Bugs. He was something to behold too.
Yeah, he was the best. Yeah,
But that was
certainly in the top three or that ever lived. They say him, Taylor. Well, there's a lot of great bank pool players, but maybe they're all like a smidgen behind Bugs and Taylor. Like Truman, I don't know, Truman was right up there too. And that, what's his name, Brumback.
John Brumback from out of Kentucky,
my
I think.
goodness.
15 in a row.
He's unbelievable. On a diamond, right.
That's obscene.
It is. It's unbelievable. You're in the Baltimore area, aren't you?
Yes, most of my life, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's where I've seen you before in the building.
Sure.
Sure.
I remember you coming down years ago to play down at Strawberry's event down there at New Carrollton.
New Carrollton, Maryland, correct.
At the Hilton, I think
Dennis
it was.
Wilson ran that event, correct.
Yeah, Dennis, yeah, he is.
He helped me and Grady run our one pocket events. Dennis, it was me, Grady, and Dennis, yeah. What were you saying, George?
Well, no, he has a son. His son Mike was a pretty fair player too.
Still is, yeah. They played in Louisville last year and the year before. And Mike did pretty good this year in the bank pool division. This year
right.
past, yeah. I don't think they went to the one in Tunica, but the regular one in Indiana. The Derby City. The one in Tunica is called what? The Southern Classic.
The Southern Classic, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Derby I'm talking about. They went to the Derby. They go every year. He did really good this year in the bank pool, Michael. Yeah, Michael Wilson.
Well, he sent a few balls flying, and let's see what Josh can come up with here.
I
He's
missed that. I don't know what happened.
he kicked. Cue ball went nuts, ran into some balls, and something fell off.
Okay. So that's the 9 back up there.
Yeah.
Is he gonna cut this in?
No, he's going behind the 6,
yeah,
I think.
Perfect safety, beautiful. Well, if he freezes on it, it's all over, but he's going to be able to hit it now.
Yeah,
Looks like he can get it, hit this past the 5 and hit. Maybe he can't. No, from this view, it looks like he can't do it. I thought he's got to go downtown, huh?
Yeah.
He can't shorten it up off that rail. He's too close to it. He's got to go downtown, one rail in between the 5 and the 9 down here. That's it. Oh no, he can get to that rail. He's getting.
I might have liked the two. I might have liked the 2 rails off the top rail, lots of right and into there.
Okay, that's probably the right shot.
Look at this,
but he was able to do this, which was shorter and easier, but he hooked it a little. But you're right. If you go downtown, you're right, George. Hit where his hand is now.
Right.
Well, even a little even closer to that 7 with some right. And he's going into a bigger ball that way.
Bigger ball, yeah.
You're 100% right.
He's on top of the 6 again. This time, that wasn't quite a little. It was a little short of what he really wanted. He gave up the side rail.
Right, just like the last shot, he didn't. When you do that type of shot, when you're playing that type of safety, especially in 9 ball and especially in one pocket. You got him. We had a student the other day, and I was showing him this, telling him this. Every time he did this, he did the same thing Josh did. They don't hit it hard enough. You got to tell yourself when you're trying to roll up and freeze up on a ball, you got to tell yourself one thing. I'm going to make sure I hit it hard enough to get to the ball. Because even if you hit it a little too hard than to just stop it there, freeze on it. Well, at least you're still close to it because you touched it. You follow me?
Yeah.
So everybody makes that same mistake. I used to do it, but if you tell yourself you gotta hit that ball, you'll get to be able to freeze up on it. And twice he would have won the game already if he freezes up on it.
That's right.
Just like a lot of guys when they shoot a bank shot, especially in one pocket.
There, at least he hit the ball.
Yeah,
but you know that's the difference though between these regional players and these pros you've seen, like the Filipinos. You're suffocated when those balls that they you don't get that any looks at any rails with those guys.
No, they play great shapes.
Their speed control is really going to be the probable difference in a long set anyway with guys like this.
Right, you know whose speed control I'm really unbelievable. I've never was that Shane Van Boning. His cue ball speed is unbelievable, and in one pocket his object ball speed is when he needs it to be pocket speed, meaning if you miss it, it's hanging up or real close to the pocket. Boy, if it turns one time less, it's going to hang up. I mean, it's unbelievable, his ball speed, object ball and cue ball. What's Josh going to do here, George?
I see him trying to get him behind the 6 again.
Is that the 7-9 back here?
7-9 back.
Stuck to each other. Okay, looks like the 7 goes in the other hole. Yeah, he's going to go behind the 6 again, right? And again, he didn't hit it hard enough to roll up on the ball. You won't even when you watch from now on and just see 9 out of 10 times that anybody we don't hit it hard enough to get on the ball. You see it for some reason. I don't know why. Look, if he freezes it, which that one was real tough to do because the 6 is much further away than it was from the bottom reel than it was before. Plus, it's further from the side reel, the reel he's shooting from. So that was much tougher, correct?
Oh, much, and plus there was lots of distance too.
And there was lots of distance, right, between the cue ball and the object ball.
Looks like he might. Josh might actually get the shoot and stop and just hold that angle and then get the 3 rail for the carom on a 7-9.
That's it. You got it. All you can do is stop right there. Come back a few inches.
That's picture.
Right. Now, when he goes 2 reels, he can beat the, I don't know, being he came back a little bit. See, I was talking earlier, what's his name? Appleton. Mm-hmm. He would have went and looked. Josh didn't even go look. Let's see if he has a problem passing that 8 with the 2 reels.
Oh, that was close, but
right. And being he drew the cue ball back, he made it. In other words, if he would have stuck right there, he would have had no problem passing that. He would have passed it. Plus, the speed was important on that shot because he was crossing the track. Yeah, I said how good Josh is banking, and he missed the bank.
Well, he was trying to roll through that 7 and play the billiard.
Right.
And that's again the difference between top pros. When you're playing top professional speed, you're not going to make that mistake. Not on the open table like that.
He's going to play both balls here.
I like that.
Yeah, with a little inside, he played them both. He made them both. That's the shot.
Beautiful shot. Nice call.
He's unbelievable. This Adam Keilar is unbelievable at that type of doing that type of stuff. Like in one pocket, he could knock a ball in his pocket and go 2 reels with the cue ball and brush a ball away from the other guy's pocket and come off for position. He does that uncanny. I mean, not that was a super tough shot, but he hits them. That was pretty tough. Hit it. It couldn't have been hit any perfect. Any more better than that. I don't think it could have been hit better than that.
You've been teaching. He's ahead 3-0.
Wow.
But you've been teaching a long time, Jim, and the fact remains is that you still can't teach talent. You can teach them to nurture it, but
right.
Oh.
Look at this break. Nothing's behind the side pockets, and 2 balls went in. Look at that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Nothing. I mean, on a powerful break like that, 2 balls go in and nothing behind the side. Look at that.
Right.
The one ball went down there and come back. The end ball. No.
Yeah. They.
What's he shooting on the 3 here? He made the 1 and the 2 on the break. Okay. Where's the 4 at, Georgia? Oh, it's right there, the pink one. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got to either place. I don't know.
He's like kind of on the 50-yard line. He might roll him on this 8.
Yeah, that's what he's got.
Well, no, he might be. No,
Oh, he was
that
shooting
was
on
the
the
two.
two ball. Okay, okay.
It's hard, to pick up the colors
Yeah, I
like
should've
we
picked
could,
Okay.
I couldn't tell for either on that myself.
Too late to change them back to the normal balls too, because they're already used to playing.
Sure. You know,
They're made for SD cameras back in the day. Before HD, these balls will show up really well on
No,
SD,
not
but
anymore.
not on HD.
Okay.
For some reason, they don't show up right on HD. Only for the S standard depth.
Did
That's
he?
my figure eight.
it was a good hit.
He kicked at that, George. I
Kicked,
missed.
he kicked at the deuce, but it looks like he might call the color track man here, the little draw ball up the
Right
rail.
into the 9. Yeah, and he's very good at this.
But he actually drew his ball a little too much, but he
It's
was.
actually a position for the 3 to almost, huh?
Can you explain the color track, man, please?
The 2 ball is blue, the 3 ball is red. If these colors don't seem right to you, that was an old TV commercial. Some of us with the silver hair might remember that if we ever watched TV. Oh,
Yeah.
that and the Leslie Carom is the carom shot,
Okay.
and that was an old movie actress that did TV ads.
So now it's 4-0.
It's 4-0. We got some sponsors here. We have the Inside Pool. We have the CNG Gas Company .com. We have Black Boar Custom Cues. Some gorgeous pieces of work, to be sure. Elegant. North County Restorations, John Kay, not the one with Steppenwolf, he was another John Kay. We got the Focused Apparel. If you want to at least pose like a player, wear some of this and come in and play that 9 ball.
Then we have him.
And we have a guy I've known his dad forever, Eddie Friedman, and his son Joe is got the Baltimore Siding and Windows Company.com 410-752-0439. I've known Eddie, his father, forever and ever, and I've known Joe since he was a little boy, and they're hardworking people, and their hustle's honorable. They're very, very good people, and I've known them since the '60s. we have Larry Ross at the Steinway Billiards in New York, and we've got the Inside Pool magazine making this stream possible. And here's Josh, and he's going to have to turn it on. It gets tough in this when you get behind in this alternate break format.
Alternate break 4-0 going to 6, correct? From here,
No, they're going to 7.
They're going to 7 on the winner's side, huh?
7 on the
Oh,
winners.
this is the final. This is the championship for the winner's side.
I think no. There's another match as well as this, I believe. I think this was the final 4 on the winner's side.
Wow, look at that shot. Nice shot. Or did he hit it come up a little short, maybe?
And this one,
Gonna kill
he,
it? No,
he's gonna.
Speed is.
Speed looks impeccable to me.
Yep.
A little past his mark, but
Yeah.
not enough
Well,
to have
that
it.
ball kept rolling, didn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it went downhill the last 6 inches.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at the difference. Wow.
that's a critical shot right here,
4-1 or 5-0.
I'll say.
Oh, you're that's not.
He hit it good though. Or missed it. He missed it good.
Yeah.
Well, this is a freebie as far as I'd be concerned. This bank looks.
You got to shoot this. Is not unless.
He's got to be 2 out of 3 on this bank. This boy, unless he's going to play cute. He fired it wide.
Josh has a lot of safety. He's got to play safety.
Yeah.
No, the last 9 ball, the 9 that Josh just missed, I don't think I've ever seen him hit a ball that bad. He's banking this in the side and he overcut it. I wouldn't have banked that because
He just
the cue ball's got to fly. It's no good.
he sold out.
Yeah.
It looks like 5-0 for Adam, and this is a tough hole that he's going to have to.
So this is rack your own, George?
Rack your own, alternate
Right.
break.
Alternate break.
9 ball doesn't count in your bottom 2 corner pockets on this tour on the break.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And you get, of course, credited for pocketing ball and all, but it spots and you continue your turn. But
So if 9 goes in, if it goes in any of the back 4, the side or the 2 back, you win.
you're good then.
Okay, on a break it doesn't count. Okay, it goes on the spot and you continue to shoot.
Plus they are allowed to break from the sides on this tour.
Tell you what, when I was talking about the break, these balls don't open very good. There's always 4 or 5 in them right out wide. Oh, they opened real good that time. I guess they weren't hitting them good or whatever, but they opened good. There's 5 balls behind the side pot in the back of the side. See it?
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
What does Danny DiLiberto say? Upstream.
Yeah. There's 5 of them up there.
He's going to send it upstream, playing that one pocket.
Yeah.
That's a nice. That 5 ball is in the nasty land, it seems, or if that's the 5, that might be the 4. I'm trying to get a second look.
No, here's the 4 right here near the 9. No.
It might be. Yeah.
I think
They all, the 3 balls look kind of the same to me. From
2.
he hit that ball with authority.
He did, yeah. So you're good friends with Tony Blackboard, huh, George?
Well, I know him.
Okay.
Tony was, just a guy who, I was real good buddies with Scruggs and some of the other cue makers. And
how is Timmy Scruggs?
Timmy is not in the best of health. He had diabetes, and that's a tough business, working with all that sawdust and all those fumes. He did that for almost 40 years.
He retired, right? Did he?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I thought he did.
Yeah.
Tell him I said hello when you see him.
I sure will.
Thank you.
He sculled that one, but
He was trying to play it in the side, right?
yeah,
And went in the corner. So that's the 5 ball, George.
right.
Or is it? Yeah, it's got to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It might actually play in the side.
It looks like he could hit it, but I think it's too. Will it go in from that angle?
It could.
I don't know.
A little right-hand ball. He might just snip it in.
Yeah, perfect. Look at it. Oh.
Anything at all is a plus. If he missed it, he had him locked down in the next Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, what's he do from here up the corner? He's got to shoot it up the corner. If he shoots it in the side, he's going to be straight in with the 7, right? So we don't even know. Don't even speak tough to the side. He's got to shoot it up the corner.
What?
Oh, he's playing safe. Going to try and put him behind.
No, he's asking for. He's maybe getting too fancy. He could roll up to the spot there.
That's all right. That's all you got to do. And then settle for whatever you get on. Hey, hope you made. What are you going to do? It's a guy that only can do so much.
A 7 looks frozen on that right-hand cushion.
Well, he's cutting it in the other pocket, but where's Whitey going? He's going to go right in the side pocket with Whitey. Or maybe he's not going to hit it. It's going to be.
He can't like anything other than what he was. He's going. Looks like he's going for.
He's going for the side.
Yeah.
But now he's straight in with the 7. You see it? What good is that?
He might muscle draw this ball with a lot of bottom. It's frozen.
That's it.
Or is he gonna play high left? High left ball.
Oh, gonna go right in. Oh wow.
Short though, a little bit.
He followed it with high nothing, huh?
High nothing. I might have needed a little touch of left.
So that, yeah, it wasn't as straight as we thought, maybe.
Right.
What's he doing here? Banking it, cutting it in? What? He can't cut this in, can he? Nah. Or can he? No.
Let's see. Let's take a look at
Oh, okay.
that.
Wow, that's tough.
That, you know, sometimes the eyes can play tricks. You know, we can get it on a different camera look, and it's a horse of another color.
Right. I think the best thing to do here is cut it thin and put it on the Brunswick in the middle of the back diamond and the cue ball on the front. He's banking it in the side. Wow.
He's going to come behind the 9.
Gonna hit the 9. Look at this. Wow.
And he got straight in on this ball. Imagine that.
After all that, this should be an easy shot for him, it looks like, huh, George?
Yeah.
Let's see. You never know.
He's got to stay down now.
Wow.
He was kind of like rearing up like he
Yeah,
was playing
yeah.
Ride 'em Cowboy or something.
Wow. Winning out that much.
It sure was, and that
Well,
puts him on the hill.
2 or 3 times I said you got to play safe here, and neither time did they play safe. And, well, I guess I'm getting old. I'm ducking. I'm dogging it on the side. I remember we used to have a joke where nobody misses a ball in the audience. When you're in the audience, you never miss a ball.
Never miss a ball from the bleachers or the
Right.
commentator booth.
Right.
But you got to remember that these are kids that came up in the Simonis era, and they just learn how to just muscle balls with that fast cloth.
Right, and neither one of them's probably even. Well, I guess they are a little loose. They've been playing all day, but I've seen Josh play a lot better than this.
Sure.
I mean, wow. He never really had too many chances. Adam lucked that ball. Before that, he didn't. He broke nothing wet. Yeah, nothing went on a break on him.
Yeah,
That's the first rack I did nothing.
Uh-oh, that looks like his first error
How
here.
fast was that? He got up and took one stroke and then fired. I don't know.
I don't know if it looks like the 2-3. I'm going to try to take a look at it from. The combination was good as gold. He was out if he just stays in the light.
What did he do? Oh, he went to go into the 3. He wanted to get close to that ball. I guess so.
He didn't, but
Nah.
he'll just. He just conceded this match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta let him shoot him myself, but that's me.
So what's the final? 7-0.
7-0 shutout. Yes.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, that was a quick match. Josh had 3-4 shots, and
that was
the
it.
last shot before that was when he overcut the 9. No, and he pushed out after that.
That's right. He overcut the 9. He came up short.
Kicked.
Yeah, came up short, coming around 3 rails, and got whipped good there. He's goes to the 1-loss side, and sometimes people catch stroke from that side. But I don't think he wanted to be there. He didn't want to go west.
No.
Keep to the east.
You want to stay on the east on the charts, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rich. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
It was a pleasure talking to you, and I know you're well informed, and you sound very well informed, and that you were definitely right on that shot, come into the big ball rather than go 1 rail. Correct.
Yeah, I've got been around this since 1963. It's
Wow.
and the guy that showed me some stuff was Champagne Eddie Kelly.
Wow.
And
you lived in Baltimore for a good while, a lot of years, huh?
He was a good friend of Earl, Big Earl.
Oh yeah, Earl Maggot.
Earl Maggot, yeah. I used to run a little pool room that Earl had about 1970 or so. I got to see Kelly. What a talent! What a virtuoso!
Yeah, well, he played great in those days, huh?
All games.
All games, unbelievable. How about how he come out of retirement and won that one pocket tournament in Vegas?
I talked to him. He was being inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame, and I went to the dinner out there.
Wow.
And Eddie, he was humble for maybe the first and only time. Eddie was trying to say that he ham and egged it through that tournament, and that he played good in the right spot, and then somebody dogged it in the right spot, and you know what tournaments can happen. But I'm thinking, nah, Eddie, you didn't play for 20 years.
Wow, unbelievable.
All he did was flip cards in Vegas for 20 years.
Still doing it.
Oh yeah.
Still doing it.
What a he was a guy that had skills that nobody could even understand, the things he did sometimes with jumping object balls over others, curving object balls. He did straight stuff.
And the way he explains things, he makes it so easy to understand. Like we were talking not recently, when the last time I saw him at I think my one pocket induction, we were talking about like a long shot. Let's say that's the object ball and the cue ball down here, and you want to roll it, but you can't hit it hard, so you hit it with that low spin, and then it starts fouling by the time it gets there. And he explained it to these people, saying, all we want to do is slow the cue ball down before it gets there. You know what I mean? Like to stop, like to let it stay in that area and maybe an inch or two further up than where the object ball was. But he's so informative. It's unbelievable.
He learned some stuff from a guy that was a physics professor who played billiards.
Really?
In Connecticut, where he came from.
Yeah.
And he actually would transfer, you know, when you hit that high ball, that object ball is going to grab a little draw and maybe skid or thud a little bit. He would always have the ball turning at the hole, you know, and turning over sweep.
Right.
You know.
Right, exactly. You never saw a ball skid. You never saw the cue ball skid when the cue ball skids, it never once overcuts the shot. It always undercuts it.
Right.
And you never once saw a ball skid that you hit low. The only time they skid is when you hit them high.
Right, that's
like
absolutely.
The ball that skid on DiLiberto in the match when he was running 100 against Varner. That's on his tape, the ball skid on it.
Yeah. Well.
And the guy asked him, what makes a ball skid? And he said, well, there's a few different reasons, you know?
Yeah.
But the only time I teach my guys, I say, when a bull skids, you can live from now until you're 5,000 years old. You'll never see a bull skid that was overcut. It's always got to be it's always undercut.
Sure.
Plus, you'll never see a bull skid when you hit the cue ball low.
That's absolutely true.
Right.
He taught me that. I might have been 19 years old, 20 years old.
You say you were 63, you were working at helping that guy out. What'd you say about the 1963? I
started to play, and I started to get there, and then by 1969 I'd come out of the service, and
you're about my age then.
I'm 65.
Me too. That's what I am. 65. When were you 65?
April.
You're older than me. I'm July 5th. I just said 65.
Now,
congratulations.
Between us, we're
130 between us, and we got about 100 years of knowledge in pool. Over. Wow.
Yeah, that was
okay.
George explained skid.
Go ahead. You want to explain it? Go ahead.
All right. My take is that when the two balls meet, the object ball takes a little turn of bottom English and actually goes uphill away from the way it was cut. And like Jimmy just said, that a ball that's overcut never skids.
Right. What we call a skid or a jump or something else we used to call it. Skid, it jump, it hop. Mm-hmm. You can almost see it like jump when it skids. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
By skidding meaning it turns opposite of the way you cut it by friction, the two spots, the ball and the object ball, they say, might have a little piece of dirt on a little piece of chalk, and if they hit together, it skids. that's probably true, but I think it's more or less when you hit that cue ball high. Phil Longo used to say, when you hit it high, and I was like 11 years old, when you hit it high, he was teaching me how to play three cushion billiards. I was the only kid under 18 allowed in this pool room. And he would take me home at night. You know, him and my father were
I was the only one allowed in the one I was in,
Okay.
too. I was just big for my age and had a deep voice and all. So they said, but you better behave, they said, and I did.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you in a moment about when I first saw Lou Butier, when I used to be his scorekeeper. I was the rack boy for him, DiMaggio. But anyway, skidding is some kind of friction. The object ball hops and twisty, and it's always got to be on almost a certain hit on the cue ball to the object ball. Not when you hit it really thin or really full. It's like a little bit of a cut, it seems like. And
A half
it's
to
always
3/4 of a ball.
right.
Where
something like,
you're kind of going center to a tip outside center,
right,
or just a
kind of
little
like
off angle.
three-quarter hit,
Right.
And it's always it seemed like all my life that when I saw it happen or it happened to me, it's always like the same type of speed. If you hit it hard, it almost never skids. It's almost, you got to hit it easy, and it's just a certain angle. It's hard to explain, but skid is when it jumps. It like they grab each other, and the cue ball sticks to the ball and like throws it, and it jumps actually in the air a little bit. But getting back to Phil Longo, he used to tell me, it's unbelievable what he said. When you hit the ball high, it's in the air. You don't realize it, but when it's turning, it's not really 100% on the cloth. And that has a lot to do. If you notice, most of the older good players, all the top pros, nobody hits with high ball a lot. You know what I mean?
Only if they got the straight pull where they're going to have to like double or triple follow it through the stack and
right.
but
Or
that
natural follow, but
very seldom.
right. But getting back to skid, it's a touchy thing. It could happen at any time, and it's always that certain angle shot with that 75% hit.
Yeah.
It's got to be that angle, and it just throws that ball. It's actually like turning the ball the other way, right?
It's going against the grain.
Right, and going the opposite way that you cut it, right?
It's going uphill.
Right, exactly.
And a lot of times I've seen that happen when that angle, when cue balls are frozen on the cushion, and you almost have no choice but just got the top of the cue ball available, and
right, you got to hit the top of the ball. Right.
That's all you got, and occasionally that's going to happen without our permission. But that guy, what was his name? Isaac Newton. They put him in the ground about 500 or so years ago. What do you say? Every action equal an opposite reaction.
Right.
And this is a miniature universe, with the
pool,
yeah.
Right.
With atmospheric conditions, but in a place like this, the conditions are going to be as good as you'll ever see.
It's good conditions, and everything is nice and not real dry, not humid. Really nice conditions in here.
Yeah,
real nice. I got to come up tomorrow night. I got some friends that play three cushion. Marty Herman, if you're listening, Herman University, I wish you were here tomorrow night. We're going to play three cushion on heated tables. Me and my friend Frank and Nicky the DJ, young kid. We're teaching him a little about billiards. He's one of the local disc jockeys in South Philly here. But yeah, they come up on Monday nights and Thursday nights, and I'm going to try and get up tomorrow night.
Marty from like Boston, right?
Yes.
They had a tournament up at Mike X's place, Billiards.
Right.
They had this All About New England tour at one time, all about pool.
I used to go up to Mike X's place. Yeah, I know Mike X well. Yeah.
And I played Marty up there in that event.
Oh yeah.
This would have been circa 1991, maybe 92.
Wow.
It was a good field. Jim Rempe was there, and just about all.
I don't know if I was there at that particular one, but I was there at a lot of Mike's events there. Yeah, Billiards. Yeah.
That was a nice room.
Yeah, he moved down to Florida, Mike.
He was a
Yeah.
pretty good player himself.
Right, played real good and didn't never. He was a great table mechanic
Hmm.
and never really practiced pool a lot. He'd work and do tables for a week, never hit a ball, then play in the tournament. I said, "How you crazy? How you gonna do that?" Yeah, no telling how good he could have been at pool because he was one of the best table mechanics in the whole East Coast here for a lot of years.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, people still want him to go back, come out of retirement. They ask him to do them a favor, come up from Florida and do my tables in my room. Oh yeah.
Get those tables right, especially
Oh
if
man.
they had taken over a place and the tables had gotten wrong.
Right.
He's a guy that's going to troubleshoot them, and there might only be 5 to 10 people with that kind of craft anymore left, maybe 20. There aren't many, and that's some real work.
You're 100% right, George. You took the words out of my mouth. There's not many left.
No, they all just like to take the legs, screw them all the way to the bottom, pop that cloth off, pop the rails off. It's a speed duel, you know. And a lot of times I've seen. We get back to the tables, especially the days of these where the legs became the adjustable legs on the Brunswicks, and I'd be coming down and the table would be low. I would land and then there'd be a little bit more, you know, like an extra 2 inches low.
Let's put it like this: we can't afford to lose any more old-time mechanics.
Yes.
Because there ain't many new ones coming up that even want to be. I mean, I don't know. There's not even 4 or 5 of them left in this whole area. And
Right.
they're all gone. I mean,
I know a couple down in Baltimore. One guy is he does a terrific job, and you know that I'd trust with my table.
okay. Well, we still got a few of them left, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
I mean, there's no new guys coming up. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not coming up. And when somebody goes, like the old men, Dixie and Jerry, that said they were around for 50, 60 years. They've been going 15, 20 years that are both dead.
Yeah.
They're the ones that used to. They would take 2 days to do one table.
We had a guy that was he was a player down and he had his own place called Bill and Billy's. I'm sure you probably might have got to that all night place in Anne Arundel County. Ed Sakanis, he would drink like a pot of coffee and smoke a pack of cigarettes. You know, that was usually his measure of when he would get a table done. You know, and he was like a 50, 60 ball runner. He was a real meticulous guy with his tables, and you know I didn't see too many bum rolls there. That's for sure.
Take a look here. We were talking about the skid shot. Just picture that. Is that the 4 ball on the right bottom?
Yes, it is.
Okay, picture that the cue ball. And picture this ball here. What's that, the 5 ball?
5 ball.
In the middle of that 7, 8, 9. Well, that's about the skid angle if you were cutting that ball in the pocket. You see it, George?
Yes.
And, which I don't know if I mentioned, we talked about this. If you baby this shot, right here over babying this in, that's the skid speed and skid angle. So
Right.
in other words, this shot has, if you do that, hit this shot easy with high ball, let's say you were a little closer to the rail and you had to hit it high
Mm-hmm.
in this pocket, this is about the skid angle. If you hit it at the right here over easy, you got a chance for that ball to skid. You got it.
It goes uphill.
Every time I shoot this shot, I say to myself, make sure I'm going to hit this a little harder than normal, than I have to. Let's say I got to shoot this shot and come to the center of the table. Well, I can't hit it harder than I want. I got to hit it with that speed, but I got to make sure I'm going to overcut this a little bit, play this side of that pocket. Because if you hit that to this side, you got a chance. A hair less cut than it is right than that is. A hair less maybe, or like that. But if you don't play to cut it to this side of the pocket, you got a possibility of that ball jumping that way on you and hitting between the first diamond and the pocket there, correct?
Yes, sir. And the thing is that and a lot of beginners always seem to be fixated on the center of the pocket. When even on the toughest tables that they play on regional tours and the U.S. Open, they're going to be 2 balls wide. So
We're looking at another camera here.
Oh, we had a different table?
moved.
Sorry.
This match is going on. I think this is our.
this is where.
Well, we were looking at the wrong table then.
Well,
Yeah.
we
were looking at a table that everybody else wasn't seeing then.
I think that the survivor of this match goes on to play Adam in the finals on the winner's side. That's my understanding.
No,
He's a loser.
He lost to Adam. Beat him before he beat Josh.
Oh, okay.
So he's on the loser side now. This guy's name is John.
Mm-hmm.
He's from the area here, not far. He's been around. I know him a long time. Guess what? You're 65.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 65, and he's 65. And he's like a fitness nut.
He looks like it too.
He's strong as well. He used to be. He was like a sheriff. He was a big shot sheriff. I think he's retired now, of course, but he plays very good. He don't play a whole lot.
He had nice form, you know. We had a real good look at him over the ball.
Yeah, he does have good form. He never played a whole lot of pool, but he loves the game and he plays very good. For never really getting into it, you know what I mean?
He didn't give his life into it.
Right, exactly.
He ain't a lifer.
No.
we got a few lifers
When
around.
did you start playing when you were how old, George? You said 1963.
I was 15, and what happened was I was a golfer, and they had put in an Irving K bar table in at this public golf course near my house where I went religiously every
got
day.
hooked when you hit balls on that table, huh?
Sure, and I had a golfing friend, and he was like jockey size. He was about 5'2" and 105 pounds. This kid, and he was like a golfer that could like shoot like 78, 79 on a long, tough golf course. He was a great short game and putter and all. And one day he picked up the pool cue and he said, that's it, I'm not playing any more golf. He says, this is what I'm going to do. I don't have to be big and strong like you to do this. And he was running 40s and 50s in like a year and a half. He picked it up quick. And
well, they say that pool players and golfers, like sort of them two games go hand in hand. I don't know. But
oh yeah,
that's what a lot of people say. And of course, a lot of the pool players are golfers. But I never even played a game of golf, so I don't know. But in general, I know a lot of the good pool players were good golfers too, pretty good golfers, you know.
I'll tell you, I traveled some with Buddy Dennis, and I had a little smile. And
Buddy's down in with Grady's hometown, right?
Where?
Grady's hometown down in
South Carolina.
Down in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina.
He got around. I know that he had met his wife Linda.
Right.
This was a long time ago, mid-late 70s.
In Maryland.
Maryland, right.
Sure, I know Buddy.
Buddy, but I'll tell you, Buddy, I started to show him how to play golf and
take it up.
And he was like stringing the ball with like the short to middle irons in like 4 weeks. He was hit. He had to swing, and needless to say, he could chip and putt like a demon because he
had
that pool ability and the touch. Mike Siegel we used to play golf with him, and he always put all this pressure on himself. You know, he told us how good he had played in Rochester.
How was he in golf? No good. Okay.
That's something I can just say without saying. He would hit these low, ugly slices, and he would pout, and and he would, start talking about pool, and sometimes I have to look at him and say, "That's a matter of record, isn't it, Mike?" And he was, a guy that loved to compete. But my friend and I played scratch par golf, and my friend, he shot like 2-3 over par. He was like really, a good amateur player. And Mike, he was all over the place. He didn't hit it too well, but around the greens he kept up. But but he would pout and this and that. It was It was always kind of funny.
I know Earl Strickland, Johnny Archer, those guys played pretty good golf, I hear.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Archer's got that lean sort of build for it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Earl plays great tennis too. Look at that, he won the tournament, Earl. Wow.
When he wins at that Turning Stone, that's that's kind of like an A- sort of field. It isn't quite the U.S. Open field, but it's sure a very representative field.
Sure. Yeah.
Lots of top players were there, I'm sure.
Now this guy, who's this guy shooting this?
He's some kid.
I don't know if I know.
I don't know him. He's.
Oh, it says Josh Brothers Adam.
No, that was
last match. Yeah, that was Adam and Josh last match. But so John, I don't know this guy John's playing, but you say he's a local guy?
I think so. From either here or Delaware, it's close by. John looks like he's dead in line to me.
Just throw this straight back. That's a nice view. I see a lot better with my glasses, I'll tell you that. Wow. I didn't even realize that I had the one when I did the other match. Wow, what a difference. I could even see the number on the ball now.
Yeah.
This is the match here? What's the score of this match? Our match?
I can't see. I don't have any placards up there like they did on the feature table.
Okay, that's the other guy's great. Anyway, yeah, so you can.
Sean Dobson is the kid in the red shirt. That's what the.
Okay. I don't know if he's local or not, but. Bobby. So, I wonder if Bob Lillane, is he still in it? I don't know.
He's a lot of these people are strangers to me, to be honest.
I was talking about the guy that I teach at Bobby, who played the
Mullane.
match I was commentating with.
Bobby Mullane versus
Bob Lillane against Sam Quincy. Yeah.
Right.
So what happened to Bobby? He must be still in it, or he got knocked out while we were doing it.
No, he got knocked out over there, I think.
Oh, he did after.
Yeah,
Bob Madoff. Who did he play? Bob Madoff.
No, he lost to the kid in the red shirt. Sean Dobson beat him out.
Oh, just now, this Sean beat him. Okay.
It was right over there on that at table 9, I think.
Okay.
Well, looks like this John here might be in line again. Oh, he got kind of careless and kind of waved at that 6 ball.
Oh, he's practicing.
Oh, he's done. That match is over.
The match is over. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, now I know. I wish I could play somebody and I could do that and I can do it again.
Yeah. George, make sure you tell my buddy Timmy Scruggs hello and.
Sure, the thing's all.
Black Boar, I got to go see him. I heard he was in the hospital 6 months ago.
All this, Tim has that diabetes, and it's a battle with him health-wise, and I had both my hips replaced this year from playing all that golf that I played all those years, and I feel like I'm 35 again with my legs, which is they did real less invasive procedures, and there are 2 scars, one on each side, about 9-10 inches long, and I'm doing great.
Excuse me? Ever operated on? No, never had it operated. I heard about him, yeah.
What a delight! All the years, I've gone to different places and saw you play, and now I got to sit in a booth with you.
My
and,
pleasure, George. I mean, same
what a-
here. I thank you very much for your insight and your help here and working with you, or whatever you want to call it.
Just having fun.
Yeah, telling a few stories. I enjoyed it.
We're just stalling. That's all we're doing. We're just trying to be a little entertainment. Add something, add something to something, and make it a whole lot more than something.
Yeah. That skid is a touchy thing in pools. I mean, how do you know when it's going to happen? You don't.
No, it's kind of like when you least expect it. Smile, you're
Right.
on skid camera.
Right, candid camera. Right.
You get that surprised look on your face. It's a candid camera look.
Right.
Sure. It's inertia, a combination of that energy
Right.
transfer,
Right.
and every action, and
It happened to
equinox.
D. Liberta. He was on a 100-ball run playing Varner in a challenge match or tournament match, whatever it was, and a ball skidded on. Boy, that's something. You don't see it that much anymore, huh? I don't see skidding a whole lot anymore.
No, and the reason for that is I believe that now that they have this this new cloth, this 860 that came up about like mid 1980s, that we started to see it, and then that before we were playing on back cloth on these gold crowns, and we had to play totally different because to move the cue ball you needed the angle.
Right. The same type of cloth, the old type that they played the IPT on, the old time, like Mally or whatever, that type of cloth.
Yeah, back cloth. It was the back.
Excuse me? No, thank you.
I'm good, thank you. That back cloth, that they got on bar boxes,
Yeah. Wow. This kid plays all right, this Sean, right? Is that his first name, Sean?
Sean Dobson, that's his name. Yeah, well, he made it this far,
He
that means.
play pretty good.
No, he must have just been. I don't know. I don't really know what the story is there.
Yeah. Well, what are these guys talking to each other online, or?
They're kind of like talking to each other.
Okay.
Clean balls help, of course.
Right.
But no question about that. And people, and people get amazed that these balls lose weight. Cue balls go on diets.
Right. After a while, getting hit all these times, they get smaller. Go to any pool, and you see if they don't renew their balls every couple of years, the cue ball's small.
Sure.
And that will help with the skid because it's a lighter object hitting a heavier object. That'll help with them make it skid more.
Even more, yeah.
Right, and cuts the ball less, draws more, follows less. That's why the cue ball's got to weigh the same as the object balls, 166 grams. These balls, the Centennials.
They were like a flat 6 ounces minus 2 grams in the box.
166, right. 168
is 6 ounces flat.
When I had my pro shop, this is amazing. When I had the pro shop, I'm like a cue ball freak, right?
Yeah.
When I had the pro shop and I was selling balls and pools were getting 6, 7 sets at a time, well, I weighed every ball of every set with a triple beam scale from the pharmacist.
Yeah.
The old pharmacy went out of business. The guy sells us his scale.
Mm-hmm.
I weighed every ball with Not one ball or the cue ball was more than 1 gram difference in weight for years. And I would weigh other cue balls like whatever,
What,
other
like
kind,
off brands?
off brands, right? And you got same brand, you got 2, 3 of them. One ball might be 6, 7 grams lighter or heavier than the other one.
Yes.
You imagine? It's unbelievable.
Quality control being what it is, you get what you pay for, don't you?
Then I heard that Brunswick, they had they had some kind of a guy or a machine testing the balls. If they weren't right, they'd put them as seconds. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not one ball was more than a gram difference. Not even a gram, half a gram difference out of thousands of balls I weighed. Unbelievable.
Right.
So I knew they were as good as it gets, you know?
You know, there were all these stories, you know, when people started to jump balls, and you were playing the pro tour fairly extensely.
Wait a minute, Mick. Yeah, I'm sorry, George. Go ahead.
That the red circle ball was heavier by like 5 grams or something, quarter ounce. Was that true?
Well, everybody says that, but when the red circles first came out, before Diamond got their red circle, they were all different weights. Most
Right.
of them were lighter than the regular. They were lighter than 166, and after a while, about 6 months, a year after they were out, then they were all heavier.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't crazy about them at all. I mean, I liked the blue sugar. Then when whoever come out with the Super Pro Aramuth, those balls are great too. They all weigh the same with that red cue ball with the
measle ball.
No, not the measle ball. Not the measle.
The red triangle.
That red triangle or the red, that design. What's that? For Diamond or Aramuth?
Yeah.
That was a great ball. Whatever it was.
Right.
That was a great ball. But yeah, it's important. It's important. Efren's real big on the cue ball too. He's got to like the cue ball, know how much. Well, he could tell you if he hits a few balls with it, whether it's lighter or heavier or the same as the average ball. But yeah. One second, Mick.
But anyway, though, that's what makes the difference. Man, I could talk this stuff until until they have to come get a dustpan and sweep me up. You know.
How about my man Danny James? Are you friends with Danny?
Danny,
Josh Coos?
I remember Danny from the Plaza Billiards at Howard and Lexington. He was running that place in 1967 with Ray Franz. I ran into Joe DiMaggio for the first time. He would come up in the plaid pants and the cigar. I give you the nuts, kid. I give you the nuts.
With the cigar and all that.
Yeah, he'd be chomping on a cigar and hitting you with that chop stroke. And the last, I got one quick Joe DiMaggio story. I never beat the guy but once, and it was in a Maryland State 9-ball tournament, and I showed up. It was like we were in the Final Four, and I've got to play Joe, and he wasn't even known for 9-ball. He played well, but I walked in, and Johnny Carter, that had the Alameda Billiards down there in northeast Baltimore, was running the state tournament. Johnny, I walked up to the chart just to see, and here's my name advanced past Joe. I said, "What's with this, John?" And he said, "Joe passed away last night. There was a guy we knew, and he was, let's just say, he was partying, and he died." You know, just like that, he was gone. But he called him Joe DiMaggio. I think his name was Carl Perizella.
Joe DiMaggio's real name?
Joe DiMaggio.
So, yeah. Well, Freddie the Beard found out for sure. I never knew that it wasn't his real name until Freddie the Beard called me and told me a couple years ago or a year ago, and asked me if I knew his real name. I said no. And I asked a few people, whoever's left that might know, and they didn't know. And they said they never knew nothing about that DiMaggio wasn't his real name. But then later, Freddie, I hear, found out his real name from a guy they used to live together with, him, Freddie, and DiMaggio. Mm-hmm. And it's something like you said. What'd you say his name was?
Carl Perizella.
Something like that.
It was like, that's what That's a name I couldn't possibly make that one up. That's
so
for
you know
sure.
that was his name.
Mhm.
You're sure?
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because it took Freddie a while to find out. Look at that.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was the guy that advanced on the winner's side from his demise of all things, and that was quite a way to get to the finals on a winner's side, and
George, I sure hope we can do this again one day.
yeah.
And my ride home is waiting on me.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
All right, George.
Thanks a bunch. This was a lot of fun, just
enjoyed
kicking it with you. That's for sure, Jimmy. And
Thanks, George. Same to you, buddy.
this is a Hall of Fame one pocket player and a great pool player, period, and a guy that has forgotten more than about 99.9% will ever know. But thanks again, Jimmy.
Take care, George. I enjoyed it.
I'll tell Timmy.
Sense us dealing with that match because we were already
Yeah.
weren't doing anything we weren't supposed to.
Right? They're in
Even though this kid plays pretty good.
Yeah. I'll tell Timmy that you said hello.
I send all my best wishes.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right, George. Thanks again.
Take care now. Well, we're gonna have some more action here soon. We're waiting for the winner's side final, and our sponsors here again include this is going to be the CNGgas.com, Inside Pool magazine. That's making this stream possible. We have Black Boar custom cues of College Park, Maryland. Here's a couple of examples. Just some amazing detailed work in these designs. Those butt pieces. A real thing of beauty, and objects of art, to be sure. We have the North County Restorations, Mr. John K. Pool table repairs, 845-612-9987. New York's #1 billiard mechanic. Give him a try. You won't be disappointed. We have the Focused Apparel. Even if you can't draw your ball or even make a ball, you can sure dress good and come in here and at least scare them away with how sharp you look in this apparel. Very, very nice quality materials of the Focused Apparel. You can go to www.focusedapparel.com and check them out. We also have the Baltimore siding and window.com. Mr. Joe Friedman, I've known his dad Ed for well over 40 plus years. Hard-working, good people. 410-752-0439. Give him a try if you have a need for home improvements. We have Larry Ross of the Steinway Billiards, and that's in New York City. And we uh, we we about touched all the bases with the sponsors. What a wonderful time I had with Jimmy Fusco talking pool. That gentleman came up with the greats as well in another city. Uh, he got to see Jimmy Karras and Moscone. Uh, what a nice thing, you know. He's in the One Pocket Hall of Fame, and what a very good all-around player. Don't make any mistake about that. So, on that note, I'm going to take a step to the side for a minute, and I'm just gonna uh, I'm just gonna wait to sweat this next match. What is that? Chickens? What name you want? What's your what? Tim Dobbs. Okay, buddy. You got it. You got it. Got it. Thank you. Flip them, boys.
I mean, get that. This